Hi friends. We are going to finish the rest of our numbers and simple math unit, okay? So this is one of the worksheets we're going to use. What they can do is they can cut along the dotted lines, and then you can get a bag, or they can just scramble them, and then we want to put it back in order. Okay? And you might even want to write 1 through 20. If your child is fluently counting to whatever number, stop at 1 or 2 numbers above that. Okay, so if they're not quite 1 to 10, or they're all 1 to 10, all the kiddos know 1 to 10, but when you start getting into the teens, if they're pretty strong to about here, stop at the 16, one more over. If they get frustrated, if it's really hard for them to sort the numbers, then even remove a few of the numbers. You can always build up to all of the numbers at the end. And you can save, I put Play-Doh and I put a little surprise in every child's bag. You could always save it too and make it like a game. When you get all the way to 20, you get to have a prize. So, and then here's a shapes. They can cut these out again on the dotted lines. I say on the dotted lines, but you know what I mean. That's the dotted lines are the goal. And then they can organize them largest to smallest. They can count how many of each shape are in a row. They can color them and make a pattern. So if they did like a rainbow, or they could do all secondary colors and then do like an ABBA pattern or whatever other kind of pattern. And then here's some simple math. For my kiddos that are going to kindergarten, I want them to be familiar with the visual of what this looks like, and then also the verbiage that goes along with it. So I will be doing some of these worksheets as the child can do it with me, so that they get used to hearing some of the language, okay? I don't want them to be confused just because they're not used to those specific words when the teacher's teaching them about something. And then we have 2 art projects. Oh, I'm sorry. My favorite worksheet that I can't wait to do this worksheet is color by number. So if your child recognizes the numbers 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, they can do this worksheet all by themselves with no help at all. And they can't see, most of them can't see that it's going to be a beautiful butterfly when it's done. But once they start getting into it, they will see it. And this would hold their attention, I would imagine, for a long time. I love that it's 1 to 5 and that's it, because I feel like there's so much going on that it keeps it so that it's not overwhelming. Because that's the thing with learning with young children, is when they start to feel overwhelmed, then they shut down and they don't learn anything. So we always want to meet them at just that right place of their development and where they are in each domain of development. Okay, and then we have the cloud. We have a yarn cloud. So this is half a paper plate. You might have more than 1 paper plate. They were really sticking together on me. And then you have a bag of blue and white yarn. So a couple of you have cotton balls. I threw them in there, but I really prefer the yarn over the cotton balls, because they're going to be making clouds. So if they wanted to make wind, or if they wanted to make rain and wind, they would have more creative opportunities with the yarn as opposed to the cotton balls. And just like with the mosaic butterfly, you're going to ask, how many pieces of yarn do you think it's going to take to cover your whole cloud? And then go back and test that hypothesis with them and count it together, especially because that's I know a lot of yarn is going to fit on there. And then you can also ask, how many white pieces of yarn did you put? How many blue pieces of yarn did you put? Which number is bigger? You could do that too. So yeah, lots of learning, sorting, counting, and creativity. It's my favorite combo. And then you guys should all have a plain white piece of paper. You also have, I put extra cardstock in everybody's bag because it's so beautiful. I don't I don't think I've ever had such nice cardstock, and I wanted you guys to have it. So you can do this project on cardstock, or you can just do it on white construction paper. But you'll see a bag that has a sun, and then it has scrap paper, different kinds of paper. So I'm excited about this project. This project is brand new. A lot of them are, but this one I just really enjoyed doing, because I know while I was prepping all these art projects, I was just imagining what the kiddos are going to do with them and how beautiful the art's going to turn out, and I just can't wait to see that. So make sure when your child is doing the art, get lots of pictures and send them to me. So you have petals. Those are flower petals. And you have everybody has 3 different kinds of paper. Okay, so you've got these, in this bag is these 3. So you're gonna cut, some of them I put small petals, medium petals, large petals, and obviously feel free if they want to do something different, if you want to help them draw their own petals. But you could, with the ones that are different sizes, you can layer them. So put the large ones on first and you count how much. You're going to count, it's the same thing with the sorting, you're going to count how many petals of each one of these kind of paper. But then you can just layer, you can put another one on and another one on, and so you just see all this really pretty scrapbook paper as your flower. And then you all got a little sun, glue that on, and you've got the little green tissue paper, and this is going to be just it's not going to be all of your grass, but it'll kind of inspire you. So you can they can glue the grass down on the ground, but then they can also use a tempera stick or paint or crayons, and they can just kind of go in and fill it in. And so it gives it that look of multiple textures, lots of different colors, and again, counting and sorting with the petals. You also have flower centers. So every one of you has one of these. Some of these are neater than others, but I tried my best. But I put at least, around 5 flower centers. If they want more flowers, just continue to use another piece of paper, but make your own different flower centers, and then they'll assemble all of it. You can also ask them, how many flower centers did you put in your flower, and how many petals? Which one is more? You could add them together if you want to do the different kinds of petals. How many petals of these did you make? And then add to the other 2 kinds of material, or patterns, I guess. So lots of opportunity there too to meet where they're at with counting. If you want something that's more challenging, I would recommend making the petals a lot smaller so you can get, lots and lots and lots of petals out of these, okay? So yeah, that's it for our math, and I hope you guys have fun. Okay, can't wait to see your work.